So in this episode, our mission is very clear. We are going to explore the actual small talk questions that native speakers use all the time.
But more importantly, we are going to teach you exactly how and when to use them.
Yes, you are standing there. You're just, nodding your head.
Right, you're smiling.
Exactly. And the English words coming out of the other person's mouth make complete sense to you. But then they finish their sentence.
Yeah.
And it is your turn to speak.
Oh no, that moment.
And suddenly your mind goes completely blank. You do not know what to do, so you just smile a little wider. You say, yeah. And you pray that the other person says something, anything, to save the conversation.
I mean, has that ever happened to you? Because I think every single person learning a new language knows exactly what that terrible moment feels like.
But don't worry, because you are in the right place today. Welcome back to Practice English Studio, the place where you learn how to sound natural and confident in real English conversations.
Yes, welcome. We are so glad you are here.
And we do not focus on memorizing textbook rules here.
No, definitely not. We focus on the real English that you can actually use in your daily life with real people to make real connections.
Right. And here's the absolute truth about that awkward silence we just talked about.
Yeah.
The problem isn't your English level.
It really isn't.
It's not your vocabulary, and it's not your grammar. The real issue is that nobody ever teaches textbook learners how real conversations actually continue.
That's a great point. I mean, native speakers don't have magical brains, right?
Exactly.
They aren't inventing brilliant new topics every second. They definitely don't memorize perfect scripts. Instead, they rely on a very specific system of small talk questions.
Right. They use these simple questions to keep conversations flowing naturally without even thinking about it.
They just do it automatically.
So in this episode, our mission is very clear. We are going to explore the actual small talk questions that native speakers use all the time.
But more importantly, we are going to teach you exactly how and when to use them.
Yes. By the end of this episode, you will be able to keep a conversation going without, overthinking every single sentence.
You'll know how to connect with people naturally and just avoid those long, awkward silences forever.
Okay, let's unpack this. Before we give you the exact questions to say, we first need to understand why we even use small talk in the first place.
Right. The why is so important.
Because, I have to be honest, I used to hate small talk.
Yeah.
I thought it was annoying. I thought it was kind of fake.
A lot of people feel that way.
I always just wanted to skip it and talk about something really interesting.
Yeah, that's such a common feeling. A lot of people want to skip it. But what's fascinating here is the psychology behind it. Small talk is absolutely not about having a deep conversation.
No, not at all.
It is purely social lubrication.
Social lubrication, like oil in a machine.
Exactly like that. Think of an engine. If it has no oil, the metal parts just grind against each other. Right. It creates friction, it gets too hot, and the engine breaks. Small talk is the oil. It is a tool designed simply to make people feel safe and comfortable around you.
Makes everything run smoothly.
Yes. It reduces the social friction. It basically opens the door.
Imagine meeting someone for the very first time and immediately asking them, what are your biggest fears in life?
Wow. Right, that would be terrifying. That doesn't build a connection at all.
No, it just scares them.
That feels like a police interrogation. You are demanding too much personal information too quickly. The other person will feel trapped.
Their brain will actually signal danger and they will want to run away.
So true. Small talk is the stretching. It's the warm-up. It proves to the other person that you are friendly, you are safe, and you're easy to talk to.
Okay, so now that we understand that small talk is just the warm-up, how do we actually start the conversation?
Right. How do we take that first step?
How do we turn the key and start the engine without feeling super awkward? Well, we need to look at the simplest openers, and we need to use our immediate surroundings.
We call these low-pressure questions. These are the easy openers. For example, a great place to start is just asking, how's your day going?
Yes. Now, notice a crucial detail here for everyone listening. We are not saying the classic textbook phrase, how are you?
Oh, please don't say that.
Asking how's your day going is so much better.
It really is. When you ask, how are you, you activate a script in the other person's brain. The automatic robotic answer is always, I'm fine, thank you, and you.
And then the conversation stops. It's a dead end.
Exactly. But when you ask, how's your day going? It feels specific. It feels alive. It invites the person to actually tell you a tiny story about their day.
They might say, oh, it's going pretty well. I just had a big meeting or something like that.
Exactly. Other great low pressure openers are, what have you been up to lately? Or simply, busy day so far.
Busy day so far
Yeah.
is perfect for the workplace. It's also great when you are talking to someone working at a store, a supermarket or a cafe.
It is short, casual, and very natural. It shows you recognize they are working hard.
But let's take it a step further. We also have context-based questions.
These are my favorite.
This is where you react to your environment. You share a physical space with the other person, so you just use that shared space to start talking.
This is a huge secret of native speakers. They don't invent topics, they just look around.
They look at the walls, the weather, the food.
Right. Questions like, what do you think of this place? Or, have you tried the food here before? Or, what brings you here today?
These feel incredibly natural because the topic is literally right in front of both of you. You don't have to think hard.
Let's do a quick role play to show you how easy this is.
Let's do it.
I want you to imagine we are waiting in a very long line at a busy coffee shop. We are just standing there waiting for our coffee. I am going to use a context question to start a conversation. Ready?
I'm ready. Let's say I'm looking up at the menu board.
Wow, this line's moving so slowly today. Is it always this busy here?
Yeah, I think it is, especially on Tuesday mornings. Everyone needs their coffee today.
Have you tried the new winter drinks here before? I really don't know what to get.
Oh, yes, the vanilla one is really good. I definitely recommend it.
See, that was so easy.
It really was. We shared the context, the busy, slow coffee shop, and we used that shared suffering to start talking.
Let's do another one. Imagine we are sitting next to each other at a local community event, just waiting for a speaker to start.
Okay, sounds good. I'm just sitting in my chair waiting for the show to begin.
Hi there. What brings you here today? Are you a friend of the speaker?
Oh, hi. No, I just saw the poster online and thought it looked interesting. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it is. I've never been to this building before. What do you think of this place?
Let's pause there. Notice how naturally that flows.
It's so smooth.
We are just using the room, the event, and the shared experience to build a bridge between two strangers. There is zero pressure.
Exactly. So now the door is open, you've commented on the coffee or the weather or the busy room. They know you are friendly.
But how do you actually get to know the person without being too intrusive?
Right, without being too nosy.
We need to move to safe, personal questions.
We usually start by exploring work and lifestyle. A very standard question is, what do you do for work?
Wait, let me push back on that for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
He isn't asking, what do you do for work?
A bit cliche. Sometimes I feel like people hate talking about their jobs. It feels like a boring networking event.
You're totally right. It can feel very boring if you stop there. That's the secret. You cannot stop at the job title.
If they say, I'm an accountant, and you just say, cool, the conversation dies, you have to follow up.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yes, anyone can ask about a job, but if you follow up by asking, how did you get into that? Everything changes.
How did you get into that?
Yeah.
I love that question.
It invites the other person to tell you their origin story. It asks about their life journey, not just their daily tasks. It instantly makes the conversation 10 times more engaging.
Because people love talking about their personal journeys.
They absolutely do.
That makes total sense. And after they tell you their story, you can ask, what do you like most about it?
Oh, that's a good one too.
I love that follow-up because it focuses on positive experiences.
Yeah.
If they hate their job, asking what they like most forces them to find one good thing.
Right, which keeps the energy of the conversation feeling good and bright.
But we don't just work all the time. We also have lives. So once work is covered, we can explore lifestyle topics.
A great one is, what do you usually do on weekends?
That is a very safe way to learn about someone's personality.
Are they quiet and stay home to read? Do they go hiking in the mountains? Do they go to loud parties? You learn so much about who they are.
Here's another lifestyle question I really like. Have you been working on anything exciting lately? I want to point out a specific word there for you listening. Why is the word exciting so important in that sentence?
Because it purposefully guides the conversation toward joy. It encourages enthusiasm.
Right.
If you just ask, "What are you working on?" they might complain about a really boring spreadsheet at their office.
That's true. They might just talk about work again.
But if you ask, "Working on anything exciting," you are giving them permission to talk about their passions. They might tell you about a garden they are planting, or a book they are writing, or a trip they are planning.
I love that. You are setting them up to be happy.
Exactly.
Some other safe lifestyle questions are, what kind of music are you into? Or seen any good movies or shows lately? Or even, are you a morning person or a night owl?
That last one is so simple, but it always creates a fun, playful debate.
It does. I am definitely a morning person. I love waking up at 5 a.m.
See, and I am 100% a night owl. I do my best thinking at midnight.
Well, we can still be friends.
Barely.
So, we've learned about their job and we've learned about their weekends. But what if you want to make the conversation truly memorable? What if you really want to elevate the mood?
We can introduce questions that spark the imagination. These create a deeper yet playful connection.
Like what?
For example, asking, "If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you go?"
Oh, that is such a fun question to answer. It lets people dream for a second.
Another great one is, "What's something you've always wanted to try?"
Or even a simple preference question like, do you prefer coffee or tea? People have very strong, passionate opinions about their coffee or tea.
They really do. It is a simple question, but it's surprisingly effective for getting people to open up and show their personality.
But I want to highlight my absolute favorite question to end a conversation with. It's this. What's something you're looking forward to?
That is a beautiful question.
I absolutely love this question because it forces the conversation to end on a high, optimistic note.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, human psychology tells us something very important. People do not remember exactly what words you said to them,
No, they forget the words.
but they will always remember how you made them feel.
Wow. That's powerful.
It's true. When you ask someone what they are looking forward to, you make them think about a happy future event.
Maybe it's a vacation. Maybe it's a date with their partner.
Or maybe it's just sleeping in on Saturday morning. You leave them feeling happy. And because they feel happy while looking at you, they will leave with a great, lasting impression of you.
Okay, so we have all these great questions. We have the warm-up, the context questions, the safe, personal topics, and the fun imagination questions.
We have a great toolbox.
But there is a major trap here. This is a huge mistake that many English learners make. If you just fire these questions at someone, one after another, what happens?
It completely ruins the conversation. It feels terrible.
Let's do a quick role play to demonstrate what not to do. I am going to pretend to be a robotic interviewer. I will just read the questions from a list and you answer them. Ready?
I'm ready. I'll do my best.
Hello, human. What do you do for work?
I'm a graphic designer. I make websites for small businesses.
What do you usually do on weekends?
Well, I usually go to the park with my dog, or I stay home and read a book.
What kind of music are you into?
Mostly jazz, sometimes classical music when I'm working.
Do you prefer coffee or tea?
A tea, I guess.
Okay, stop. Wow, that felt so unnatural and weird. It was actually painful to do.
It was very uncomfortable. I felt like I was taking a test or sitting in a job interview. I didn't feel like I was making a friend at all.
And this happens all the time. Learners memorize the questions, but asking questions is only half the skill.
It really is.
The secret, the absolute master key to everything we were talking about today is that native speakers react. The natural rhythm of an English conversation is 3 simple steps. Comment, react, ask.
This raises an important question. How do we actually apply this rhythm in real time? It is a simple loop.
Let's break it down.
First, you listen to their answer or their comment. Second, you give a reaction to show that you heard them and that you actually care about what they said. And then third, you ask the next question. Comment, react, ask.
Let's spend some significant time here because this is the most important part of the episode. Let's give some highly detailed examples of the comment, react, ask rhythm using simple vocabulary.
Sounds good.
We will do a role play and then explain it. Let's use the topic of traveling. I will be the learner using the framework.
Perfect. So I will start by making a comment. I'll say, yeah, I really love traveling when I have the time.
Oh, nice. Traveling is the best. Where was your last trip?
Let's pause and break that down. The first step was my comment. I really love traveling.
Right.
The second step was your reaction. You said, oh, nice. Traveling is the best. That reaction is incredibly important. It validates my comment.
Right. I didn't just ignore what you said. If I didn't react and just immediately asked, where was your last trip? It feels too fast. It feels robotic.
Like an interrogation again.
Exactly. The reaction just saying, oh, nice, slows the conversation down. It makes us human.
Exactly. Let's try another one. This is a great way to practice. Let's use the question about movies and television shows. You asked me if I've seen any good shows lately.
Hey, have you seen any good movies or shows lately?
Actually, yes. I just watched a really scary horror movie last night. I couldn't even sleep.
Oh, wow. No way. I am terrible with horror movies. I get so scared. What was the name of the movie?
Perfect. Let's break that one down, too. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I didn't just ask another question right away. First, you commented that you watched a scary movie you couldn't sleep. Second, I reacted. I said, oh, wow, no way.
Which is a great natural phrase.
And then I shared a tiny piece of my own feeling. I said, I am terrible with horror movies. I get so scared.
And that is the magic part. By sharing your own fear, you connected with me. You validated my feelings.
I made you feel normal for not being able to sleep.
Right. And then, third, you asked the follow-up question, what was the name of the movie?
Comment, react, ask. It is like a dance. And notice that the reaction words are very simple English words.
Very simple.
You don't need to be Shakespeare. You could just say, oh, wow, or really, or that's so cool, or me too, or no way.
You do not need complicated vocabulary to react. You just need to show the other person that you are listening to them.
That's the beauty of it. When you master this rhythm, you never have to worry about the conversation dying. You never have to fear the awkward silence.
You just listen to the last thing they said, react to it with a simple phrase, and ask a question about it. It creates an endless chain of natural conversation.
And that brings us to the most important lesson of today's episode. True confidence in English is not about having perfect pronunciation.
Not at all.
It's not about having a huge dictionary of words in your head. It's not about speaking with absolutely flawless grammar.
No, confidence is simply having the tools to know how to keep a conversation going. When you know you have these simple openers and safe topics in your pocket, and you know the rhythm of comment, react, ask, the fear disappears. You know you can handle any silence.
So here is my challenge for you today. I want you to go out and start just one short conversation using these simple tools.
Just one.
You don't have to become best friends with a person. Just try asking someone, how's your day going? Or use a context question like, is it always this busy here? And see what happens.
Practice the rhythm. Comment, react, ask.
And once you feel comfortable opening the door with this small talk, you'll probably want to know how to go even deeper.
I invite you to check out our next episode, where we will learn exactly how to turn this light small talk into deep, meaningful conversations that build real friendships.
Please be sure to look at the other videos on the channel to keep learning. We have so many tools and tips to help you sound natural. Thank you so much for joining us here at Practice English Studio.
I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder. Think about this. The next time you are standing in a quiet room with a stranger, feeling a little nervous, remember something beautiful.
What's that?
Every best friend, every business partner, every husband or wife, and every mentor you will ever have in your entire life, they all started out as a complete stranger.
Wow, that is so true.
All it takes is one simple question to open that door. Are you ready to ask it?